Koga Ibaraki. Let's hit it. Alright y'all, JJ here in the Hunt Retro Rewire. We're at the Bali Q supported by Surugaya. This is like the first stop. And let's start with the cookies and cream. We got Super Mario Bros. Special for the PC 8801. 67,369 for Waku Waku 7 and 379,800 yen. They had the little misplacement on the old comma there, but definitely that's the way to start it, man, with the cream of the crop. Waku Waku 7, man, crazy expensive, and you can't find that game for less in Akihabara even. But anyhow, PC Engine Afterburner 2, 5,800 yen, and then Volfiv, I believe, 2,300 yen, and then Choaniki 7,750. And we're just gonna be bouncing around here at this shop in Koga Ibaraki. We got Sidearms. This is the HuCard version, 5,980. There's also a version on the CD-ROM. And then Cybercross on the old PC Engine Thunderblade. But a lot of a great little selection of PC Engine games at this location. Salamander, 6,500 yen. But this store, this Bali Q, sometimes their prices are a little bit higher. A Raise Amber 2 there for 9,000 and some change, which, you know, I recently saw that at Trader for like 4,000 yen less, 1,980. Although with that Raise Amber 2, the version that they have here was way cleaner than what I saw at Trader. And here we have Conan something, the boy in the future. And then we got some loose Hue cards. But yeah, Bali Q, definitely, you know, prices are a bit higher than average. You know, every now and then they do surprise me with some decent deals. 13,500 there for the Core Graphics 2, 10,900 yen for the Core Graphics, and for the PC Engine Duo in the box, 42,390. And that one in the box has been there for a few years. Let's keep taking a look here. We got Game Ground Zero Wing on the PC Engine. That's coming in at 10,500 yen. Gradius 2, The Ambition of Gopher, 10,400 yen. Override, 17,800 yen. Dai Makaimura for 12,500 yen. Now that Override, initially I came out here to pick that up, but if you've seen the previous episodes, you all know what happened. We have Bravio Lupus, and that one's also available. The arcade version is available on the Switch. As a matter of fact, a lot of these games are available on the Switch. We got Super Metroid there for 19,800 yen, Area 88 for 11,500 yen. Now, that game you can still find for about 6,000 complete in the box, that Area 88. We got Mr. Dole, Solstice, and then Final Fight Guy for 11,500 yen. We got Gundam Wing Endless Duel for 12,930. R-Type 3, the Third Lightning 3 for 17,500 yen, and then Rockman and Forte for 19,000, and Maui Mallard, 16,650. I want to try that. You know, I was looking at the screenshots and a few episodes back, and it looks pretty cool, man. The Fireman for 16,900 yen. I do like that cover there. And then we have Contra Spirits Loose Cart for 3,200 yen. Now, Super Deluxe is going to be bringing out the Contra Anniversary Collection pretty soon out in Japan. So that's pretty cool. Then we have Blackthorn here for 4,500 yen. I remember renting that. An American Video many years ago. Final Soldier. I have a copy of that. And then Aero Blaster for 9,600 yen. Now, a lot of the inventory here at Bali Q isn't available online. You have to come to the store, of course. But in the second location, the Fuji Mall in Konosu has another Surugaya. That's going to be the second half of this very video. A lot of their stock is available online and in store. And the thing is, sometimes it makes sense to buy online. Well, here's Peacock King 2, 4290 for the Mega Drive. Glay Lancer for 18,000. That's the reprint. And then we have Golden Axe for 5350. But as I was saying, sometimes it makes sense to buy these games online because the difference between the in-store price and the online price is sometimes upwards of 5,000 yen. Here we have Thunder Force 4 for 8,800 yen. And then Altered Beast for 5,300 yen, which they also had it for the PC Engine, the CD-ROM version which does require the original, card. What do you call that? The system disc card. We got Dynamite Heady there, and Turbo Outrun there for 9,800 yen, which is, I have that on the 3DS. We got Sonic Spinball, 7830, and then 9,040 for Zero Wing. Now this store is not a tax-free shop, so keep that in mind. We have Joe Montana's Football for 900 and some change. Darius 2 for 3780. I wouldn't mind having a big copy of that. I do love my Darius games. Then we have Felios for 5050, and I paid about 2,400 and more or less at Trader in Akihabara. But yeah, like I was saying, sometimes the price difference between in-store and online is just like it's a huge difference. So definitely, if you're at one of their main locations that's owned and operated by Surugaya proper, double check those prices because you could save quite a bit of money. And my understanding is that they don't really price match that because they're on their website. It says that there will be price differences. They recognize that and they do it for whatever reason. But anyhow, that Mega Drive, that was like 10,000 and some change, and then 24,700 yen for the Mega Drive 2 in the box, which is definitely pricey. Here we have Cheeky Cheeky Boys for 11,700 yen next to Double Dragon 2, 16,700 yen, Outrun 2019, Golden Axe 3 for 19,900 yen, and then Paperboy for 16,800 yen. And those are all for the Sega Mega Drive. What else do we got up here? We got Elysia Dragoon, 35,500 yen next to Splatterhouse 2. 16,500 yen Gunstar Heroes, 12,800 yen. Elemental Master, 14,490, which I picked up. And The Story of Thor, 13,800 yen. And then the loose cards for the Super Famicom, they have quite a bit. And sometimes loose cards, that's the way to go, y'all. There's a few games. I have, what do I have? Sparkster, Phalanx, Biometal. I have those loose. And if I ever find the manuals in the box, then I'll complete it. And sometimes that's the way to do it. It takes a lot longer, but if you're patient, you will save quite a bit of money.
Your digital home is just a click away with Surfshark. Before your trip, get Surfshark for all your devices. This one or this one, there are no limits. Then turn on a VPN, antivirus, and so much more. Surfshark is trusted by experts, by people, and by travelers like you. Surfshark.com. Online security starts with a VPN.
Some Mahjong by Sunsoft. They're still publishing Mahjong games. I believe there's a few that Sunsoft has published for the old Nintendo Switch, which is pretty insane. But they're making money for them, whatever. We got Hudson Soft's Adventure Island, Toride for 610 yen. X3 loose card 2170. And if you dig through here, there's going to be some pretty good titles. Like Rockman X for 1,300 yen, and then Adventure Island 2 for 1980, which has like some light RPG elements from what I've seen. I've never played the game, but that's definitely a turn-off for me. And then Kirby's Super Deluxe for 940. Let's check out some Super Famicom games, complete in the box the way we like them. At least some of these are going to be. Actually, some of these, quite a few of these, like the Super Donkey Kong 3, they have notes. Usually damage, missing manuals, or just mostly damage. 1830 there for Super Donkey Kong 3, 1480 for Part 2, and then the original coming in at 2,600 yen. Now those games, if you want them complete in the box, I recommend Book Off for the Super Donkey Kong games, as they are going to be less expensive. But that was Final Fight Guide for 11,000 yen. We have F-Zero for 1980. What else do we have over here? For the old Super Famicom, 3,100 yen for Chrono Trigger, and that was definitely seeing a slow rise. It's just amazing, to see that one climb as high as it is. And some places will have it upwards of 6,000, 7,000, 2,500 yen for Gradius 3, which isn't too bad, although I have a note there. Gun Hazard front mission there. Visually, that one looks like a stunner. Super R-Type for 4,800 yen. Great game, a lot of slowdown, but I believe there is like a ROM hack that eliminates that slowdown. Which I wonder if it runs on native hardware, if you have like an EverDrive
She hates us.
card. 2,070 yen there for that Super 32 Turbo. And then Final Fantasy VI coming in at 990 yen. Now the box is stained there, unfortunately, but 990 yen, that's not too bad. And then we have Endless Duel, another copy of Gundam Wing here for 6,500 yen. I was thinking about this one, but since I picked up Elemental Master, it wasn't going to be happy. We got Kirby 3 for the old Super Famicom at 5,700 yen. Now, if it matters to you, Kirby 3, definitely have a look at it before you buy, wherever you buy it, because it should include a little cool foil sticker. 4,980 yen for Mother 2. And then the Combat Tribes here for 7,350, which is available on the Nintendo Switch as a part of the Technos compilation of retro games, which was released like a month or two ago. Batman Returns for 8,500 yen. That one is saying that there is some damage to the box as well as to the manual. I believe the tray as well. And then we have Rushing Beat by Jellicoe, 5,500 yen. This beat 'em up. I haven't played it, and I think it was known as Brawl Brothers. The dude was just like with his two fists just punching through like a brick wall. That was like the cover. It was pretty crazy. I should have rented that one back in the day. I wonder why I didn't. Anyhow, Tactics Ogre, 990 yen. And this is available like on all modern platforms. It's crazy how many times. I believe this game gets a re-release every generation because it's also on the Saturn, PS1. Maybe not the 6th generation, but it was on the PSP. Anyhow, we have the Jellicoe Collection by City Connection. And then there's also a Data East Collection. Now these are just little multi-carts. And City Connection, these guys are going to be releasing the R-Type Delta HD Boosted in late November, so definitely keep an eye out on that. But this is not a bad collection of Jellicoe games. Here we have Final Fight, and that one's rough, really rough. 7,900 yen for Batman Returns, and then Sailor Moon Super Soldier something S, a fighting game. Now I picked up the fighting game on the 3DO, and it's pretty good, man. If you like those quirky 2D fighters. World Heroes here for the Super Famicom coming in at 3,200 yen. I'm about done with those SNK Super Famicom ports. I just need Fatal Fury 2 and World Heroes 2. And I do play those. I freaking love fighting games, man. And then Flashback. I've never played Flashback. At least I don't think I have. And I do own a copy, a digital copy on the PlayStation 3 and the Switch. Two double dipping digitally. Devil's Crush, or Jackie Crush, which is a sequel to Devil's Crush, maybe. And then ActRaiser 2, 9,900 yen. Missing the manual, but man, I really want a copy of this. It looks really good. Now, I don't really like the little sim and RPG elements of Part 1, but you know. And Part 1 got an HD remaster. Here we have Sexy Parodius, I believe, on the old Super Famicom. Next to Eye of the Beholder, which was published by Capcom in the States.
From iTunes. Catch official Cyberpunk 2077 metal posters.
And then look at all those loose cards for the Super Famicom. Loose cards. And then here we have a few for the Mega Drive. We got Whip Rush, E-SWAT,